number one on the quick hits list is the actor strike is over. I don't know if the actor strike actually affects what we see over in Hollywood. I don't know if it affects what we see over in Hollywood because the Marvel Cinematic Series has been nasty. And then also, I don't think that anybody is missing it anyway. But let me give y'all a little bit of summary of what's going on with the actor strike.
Breaking news overnight out of California, Hollywood actually, the longest actor strike in history is finally over. Last night, union leaders voted unanimously in favor of a tentative deal, which they are calling a major victory. Carter Evans has more from outside the studios, Sony Studios in California. Carter, good morning. What do you know about the deal?
Well, good morning. Exact details of this new contract are limited. SAG-AFTRA is promising to tell us more after its national board reviews the contract tomorrow, but the union does say it is a deal of extraordinary scope.
The celebrations have begun now that the actor strike is finally over.
It's been a long 118 days, and we are so happy.
So far, it's been a very, very strong chorus of excitement and approval.
Chief union negotiator Duncan Crabtree Ireland says details of the tentative 3-year agreement, which striking actors had been fighting for since mid-July, won't be released until tomorrow at the earliest.
Are actors going to be happy with this deal?
I think so. I mean, this is the first time that we've ever had a deal that was valued at over $1 billion in gains during the term of the contract, and that really means a lot.
Here's what we do know. SAG says the tentative deal includes not only a first-time bonus for streaming, but also unprecedented provisions for consent and compensation that will protect members from the threat of AI.
We intentionally designed, especially our AI protections, to set standards that can actually evolve with changes in the industry. We don't want to see performers replaced. We want to see performers augmented and lifted up.
The studios say they're looking forward to getting back to work. The Producers Alliance says the tentative agreement represents a new paradigm, including the largest increase in minimum wages in the last 40 years.
How quickly will we see productions resume?
The studios are going to try to ramp up production as quickly as possible.
Matthew Bellany says the demand for actors' services might now outstrip supply.
There's going to be a logjam. Everybody is going to be fighting over these actors because we've got 6-8 months of productions that all want to shoot at the same time. And actors can only be in one place at one time.
So the actors can technically get back to work starting today. They can also promote their films and TV programs again. That is good news for completed shows that are just waiting to be released. Also, award shows. Even the Oscars was up in the air until this agreement last night.
So let me ask y'all a question. Who actually cared? I didn't. I'm going to be honest with you. Who actually cared about the fact that, here's a better question. How did this affect you, or were you concerned? Did you see any drop off from the quality of the content that you consume on a regular basis? Do you think that the Hollywood studios were reeling as a result of it, or do you think that they probably saved a little bit of money as a result of it? Honestly, I didn't care. I wasn't monitoring it until it hit my desk, until somebody sent it to me in an email and said that the Hollywood strike was over. It didn't matter to me. What I thought was actually happening was they were making adjustments, the Hollywood studios, and eventually they were getting to a point to where they were realizing that they didn't need them as much as they thought that they did outside of the already shot productions that they either wanted to finish or they wanted to continue to promote. So, congratulations to everybody. I know everybody want to get paid. This is strike season. We knew that 2023 was going to be the season of striking. They had been on strike for over like 113 days or something like that. Yo, listen, I even remember back when we were younger, people actually cared about possibly becoming an actor. Of all the people that I coach, I only know one person that is actively pursuing acting, and I'm like on the edge of trying to talk them out of it. But we came to an agreement that you can pursue it in your spare time, but it's not going to affect what you're doing as far as bringing in resources to make sure that you take care of yourself and your family. But I don't know anybody whose life goal and dream is to actually be an actor. It's just not a thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? So nobody really cared, but they now have their thing together. They had better hurry up because everybody was going over to Tubi. I have never actually watched the Tubi movie, but I had seen it scroll up on my page, on my Instagram feed of some Tubi movie, and that junk was hilarious. It was so bad. It was so bad. So congratulations to you guys for making sure that you get your writer's strike popping off. UAW, new news with the UAW. The UAW and its members and its constituents are in for a $5,000 bonus. Pumped up by paychecks and a $5,000 pre-tax bonus, which means that money got to come out of that, and your union dues is going to come out of that. Did you know that when y'all get bonuses, it's taxed at the highest rate? We'll get there. With hit checking accounts of the UAW members, Detroit 3 shortly after the union members approved the tentative agreements in the next few weeks. You guys got a new ratification bonus that is coming your way. And so you guys can catch up on your house payments and your car notes when you were on strike for over 30 days. All right. The four-figure lump sum ratification bonus will be paid out within 2 weeks of the union membership ratifying the agreement, according to the United Auto Workers highlights published online for Ford Motor Company hourly employees and General Motors employees. Stellantis notes that ratification bonus payments will be made in the second pay period following written notification of contract ratification. So Stellantis is going to come a little bit later. Ford and GM, as soon as y'all ratify y'all contracts, y'all got y'all bonuses coming, and then it's got to get taxes taken out, and then in addition to that, you also get your union dues taken out. Says represented hourly employees at Stellantis are paid weekly. Represented salaried employees are paid every other week. Both groups receive ratification bonuses. Voting is ongoing at UAW locals. With members at the Detroit 3, those on strike agreed to return to work after the tentative contracts were reached in late October. For many, the money could be a windfall. So let me give y'all a little bit of insight before y'all just go out and y'all start spending a bunch of money on Christmas. Okay? Let me give you a little bit of insight before you run out and you blow a bag on Christmas. Catch up on your bills and let this be a learning experience in that you don't want to be in the position to where you're paycheck to paycheck. And then when something happens, such as a strike or a layoff or a life event, then you are going to be at a disadvantage. And it's hard, very difficult for you to see clearly when you are under duress. Jordan, be patient. I got you, big dog. It's very difficult for you to see things clearly when you are under duress. Lower your lifestyle, make the adjustments, get you a hustle. Don't wait until you're under a situation before you start to make the adjustments for what is best for you and your family in the future. Okay? These ratification bonuses, I know a lot of it is going to be swallowed up because y'all took out loans. There's a whole lot of people taking out payday loans, a whole lot of people taking out loans from these credit unions at high interest rates and stuff like that. Pay that junk off, put the rest of it in paying off your debt. Get this stuff paid off. Don't go out and buy a whole bunch of Christmas gifts. Make some adjustments, and then you'll be all right. All right. And then last but not least, Jeezy. So we all know that Jeezy came to the front of the congregation by releasing this interview with Nia Long, and he sat down for this hour-long conversation, and he opened up, and he talked about all kind of things, right? And people have been reacting to it, and I didn't want to speak too much to it. You could just go and watch the interview for yourself. But he basically sat down as a 46-year-old man and talked about that he's experienced love, but not necessarily unconditional love. He also admitted that his split from a Real Host co-star or Real Host co-host, the real co-host, has not been an easy journey, but he said that he can tell you that he's disappointed and that he's a bit uneasy. He said the decision to end this chapter in his life was not made impulsively and comes with a heavy heart. And despite this, his love and respect for her remains, and the time they spent together holds a cherished place in his heart. What are y'all thoughts on this whole thing about Jeezy and Jenny Ma? What are y'all thoughts about that? Do you think that it's a ploy or a stunt in order for him to reach a bigger fan base? Do you also think that as far as him leveraging these platforms, such as the interview with Nia Long, considering that she just got cheated on allegedly and broke up with, do you think it's a ploy and a stunt for him to sell more books? He just dropped a book. His album just came out. Do you think that this is an actual different way for him to market? Either way, I think that it's good. I think that he's doing his thing. Black women are mad. They always going to be mad no matter what. So that's just that. And Jeezy is continuing to run up a bag.